Retirement was supposed to mean peace and quiet. After 35 years in law enforcement, the last 10 as head of the state police, all I wanted was to sit on my porch, drink coffee, and watch the sun rise over the pines at my lakeside cabin. That dream lasted exactly 3 weeks before Steve showed up. Steve was the self-appointed enforcer for the neighborhood HOA, an HOA I never agreed to join. The cabins around this lake were built decades before any HOA existed. Some newer owners formed one for their fancy A-frames and boat slips, but old-timers like me never signed their covenant. Legally, they had no authority over my property, and Steve hated that. The first time I met him, he was strutting around the road in a knockoff security uniform, navy blue shirt, shiny fake badge, utility belt with nothing in it but a flashlight and pepper spray. He introduced himself as Community Compliance Chief. I nearly laughed in his face. He started small, passive-aggressive notes about my non-standard mailbox, complaints about my truck parked too close to the gravel road. I ignored him. Then he got bolder. Bolder, and the vines, what it that is. But towns is the death, men said to said. The foundation then se tellers us all some air progress. Tumbekal boulder, and tis a veterans of God dance place, vol biddle bob battles a jury. This old is brutcha tissus a lump of phrase, if all those butterflies and pole such as such a fitted best against the this, well the lines was a style that his boulder. Cursa governor boulder, one bustless as West Hills. In bowl the old by singing time it chills, then a couple says, Patel says chills. What I just paid in the sunset was by what. One Sunday morning, I was halfway through my second cup of coffee when I heard pounding on my front door, the kind of knock that says, "Open up now." I opened it to find Steve standing there, puffed up like a bantam rooster. "Sir, I'm here on official HOA business," he barked. He held up his fake badge like he expected me to salute. I asked him what the problem was. He said I was in violation for having a campfire ring too close to the property line. He claimed it was a fire hazard under HOA fire code. Again, a code that did not apply to me. I told him to leave. He refused, said he was issuing a citation and demanded to inspect the premises. Then, and this is where he really crossed the line, he stepped forward like he was going to push past me into my cabin. Big mistake. I stepped outside, shut the door behind me, and pulled my wallet from my back pocket. Inside was my real badge, the one that says Chief of State Police, retired, with my photo, department seal, and the governor's signature. I held it up right in Steve's smug face. "You see this?" I asked. "This is an actual badge, not a shiny piece of tin you ordered off the internet." Steve's eyes flicked to it, then back to his clipboard. "Doesn't matter," he snapped. "You're on HOA land. I have authority." I almost laughed. "No, son, you're trespassing. And right now, you're impersonating a law enforcement officer. That's a felony in this state." He started to sputter that he was just doing his job. I told him his job was done. I called the local sheriff, an old buddy I'd trained when he was fresh out of the academy. 10 minutes later, 2 deputies rolled up the gravel drive. Steve tried to talk tough until they put him in cuffs for trespassing, harassment, and impersonating an officer. Turned out he'd been pulling this stunt on other retirees around the lake, threatening them with fake fines and pocketing cash payments to make violations go away. The HOA board scrambled when they found out. They tried to claim they had no idea, but a few neighbors told me Steve bragged that the board loved his style. The county DA didn't. Last I heard, Steve's facing charges for fraud and impersonation. The best part? The HOA president came crawling to my cabin, all apologies and excuses. I told him if anyone from his board ever stepped foot on my land again, I'd have the entire county sheriff's office out here faster than they could say covenant violation. Now I get my coffee in peace. My mailbox is still non-standard. My campfire rings exactly where I want it. And Steve, well, he won't be knocking on any doors for a long, long time.